E.N.D here. Today we're going to talk about this beauty of a card. We're going to talk about Questing Beast. Questing Beast is a mythic card in the set of Throne of Eldraine. Throne of Eldraine is the last set released for Magic the Gathering. And apart it's a mythic card, apart it's a very, very powerful card. The reason I'm going to talk about is that currently I'm seeing on social media that certain big online retailers have this card as sold out. Why this card is being considered as sold out and why we're seeing a spike in the price of this card. As you can see here, Questing Beast, the price of Questing Beast was already high. We begin from around $15 at spoiler time. It went up immediately to $24. Then by time, and especially with the release of Throne of Eldraine, we see a drop in price. This is a normal thing to happen. The only reason why this happens is that obviously a lot of boxes are being opened and therefore a lot of cards are hitting the market and therefore you can see a drop in price. This happens in nearly all singles related to a new standard set. One or two cards usually they don't spike. You always have that particular card that don't drop in price but spikes on the release of the set. In relation to Questing Beast we see that particular drop in price, but in the last couple of days we see a big spike in price. We see a big spike in price and this is very important, we are seeing certain websites like Card Kingdom that are having this card as sold out. There is also another version of Questing Beast that is the extended art version of the card. It's a beauty of a card. I don't own one of these cards. As you can see, this card is currently being traded at around $43. It is quite a flat line. The price does not increase or decrease that much. You just don't see spikes up or down. And in my opinion, this is a normal, and it's normal what's happening for these type of cards. I believe these type of cards, they have a different market. They are not marketed for the standard players. They are marketed for collectors. They are beautiful. That does not mean that these cards cannot be played, but I think these cards are more targeting collectors than players. Therefore, I don't want to consider the extended art. I was only to consider the normal Questing Beast that 99% you will see played in standard. Currently the card is being traded at $27. It is a very high price for a mythic card, for a creature card, because we see these prices spiking normally for planeswalkers. But we have a card here, a creature card, that is currently hitting the market at around $27 and I think this will continue to go up in price. Now let's see why. First of all, you can see that this card is being played in standard. It's features in a lot of decks related to standard. There's only one modern deck, which I don't want to consider at this stage, but you can see here Simic Ramp, Golgari Adventure, Bent Ramp, Gruul Agro, Selesnya Adventure, Timor Super Friends, WG, all these are using Questing Beast in their decks. And these are all standard. Usually when you have a card that is quite powerful in standard and at a mythic rarity, this card is usually very, very expensive. We're talking always between $15 and $20. But why we are seeing a spike in the price of Questing Beast and why we are seeing big companies, as I said, like Card Kingdom, having this card as sold out? The reason is this card, Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead, in my opinion, Field of the Dead, we can consider it as already banned in standard. I'm sure October 21st we'll see this card as banned. I don't know if it will see other cards banned, but I'm sure that Field of the Dead will be banned in standard on October 21st, and that is the reason why Questing Beast is spiking in price. Once Field of the Dead is banned, or if you see this video after October 21st, you will know that the card is already bent, I'm sure it's already bent, I will put my hand on fire to so much that I'm sure that this card will be bent. If obviously this card will be bent, then what decks will see play? And I'm sure this card will feature in the majority of the top 8 decks in Standard. And that is why this card is being sold out only for preparation of October 21st E.N.D announcement. Once Field of the Dead is announced as banned, a lot of players, Standard players, will see which decks will be dominating Standard, and I'm sure this card, Questing Beast, will feature in those decks. And therefore, be prepared, Questing Beast will spike more in price. If you can find one of these cards at around $24, $25, I think it's a good buy, because I'm sure this card will touch the $30 and $35 once Field of the Dead is banned. You can leave me a comment below. What do you think about Questing Beast? If you agree with me that the reason why this card is spiking only for preparation of the ban for Field of the Dead, and here the subscription button, subscribe for my channel for more interesting videos and analysis about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.